Hey guys, this is Joel from the Fincastle Pokemon Gym. I noticed that as I opened packs of Twilight Masquerade that I earned as rewards in TCG Live that I kept pulling Heatran. I didn't look at it until I was seeing what kind of replacements there might be for Zamazenta and the Dialga V-Star Metang deck. So I read it finally and saw that Heatran could actually be a replacement for Dialga V-Star, much less Zamazenta. Before I go any further, let me say this. I'm not interested in being a talking head, making a video just like 15 other videos of the same dang list, and then turn around saying, hey, look what I did. I recorded a couple weeks worth of games with Heatran as I evolved the deck from what I'll show you first to the final list as I was prepping this idea for my next video. Then I flipped through YouTube and saw that whoever gives these dudes their lists and their talking points or whatever must have come around to Heatran, Hisuian, and Bascu Legion because they all hit at the same time. And editing these gameplay videos, especially the part where I try to cut the immense amount of time that opponents take to do basically everything, is very time consuming. Like sometimes a 2 or 3 day process depending on how many games I'm trying to edit. And I'm not doing that for something that's already out there. So today's video is just a look at the two lists. Take what you can from these. I have no idea if my end result is the same as the others because I'd rather watch the videos of that Rockstar dude dubbing dog videos than 8 videos on the same deck. That said, here's the first one. This first list I mainly wanted to show to pass on an easy technique to build something decent for anyone that doesn't know exactly where to start. I use this technique a lot. I just pick a list that performed well at an event. That's kind of close to what I want to do. It doesn't have to be exact, but I take that list, then I sub in what I want, often pushing it to 70 cards or more, and then I just cut things back until I get back to 60. That's very easy to do in the TCG Live app. So this one came from a recent high finish from Dialga Metang, and I did exactly that. I added a few, cut a few, and then filled in with some updated cards and got here to this list. This one was okay, it performed decent, with the 4 super rods especially, but it was clear that it needed more energy to really do what I wanted it to do. So I went to this list. I was working on this at the same time as my Ogre Pond Weirdeer deck that I just posted and thought, wouldn't it be awesome to release 2 30 energy decks in consecutive weeks? And I almost got there. As I tinkered with it, I eventually had to settle on 24, but this one is pretty cool. What I found with this is that despite the low HP guys, I think you want to go second with this deck, mainly so you can use Basculin and use his Gather the Crew attack, which is a free attack to fill out your bench. The ideal board here is 3 Beldum, a Basculin, and 2 Heatran. If you miss that second Heatran, just go ahead and get a second Basculin if you need to fill that 5th spot, because it's not going to really hurt you. Then on your next turn, get your A-Spec Hyper Aroma and hopefully evolve to 3 Metang. I've got an Arizu in here as a backup if the Aroma is prized. Irida and Adamant are here to help you get whatever else you might need. And I think this is the first deck I've used Miriam in. But it's better than a Super Rod because you can get 5 Pokemon back in and it lets you draw. But strategy wise, get to your Metang, then dump as much energy as possible onto a Heatran. And if it's more than you need to get a knockout, then just carry on, keep putting it on there, because you want to get as much energy into the discard pile as possible as you play through your deck. And this is so that when you attack with Bascu Legion, you can dump a massive amount of energy back into the deck. And this cycle will make it so that your deck is almost all energy, so that Metang will hit stupid amounts onto the next Heatran, allowing you to one-hit anything. And then you just rinse and repeat and do the same process over again if your game's still going on at that point. Like I said, I was going to try to keep this short. These are my versions of Heatran. Hopefully I showed you something maybe you haven't seen or thought of. And if not, try this deck out anyway. It's very fun. It may be a little risky to throw at a bigger event, but if you don't have fun with this one at League or at local events, then seek help, I guess. That's all for now. Give us a like if you will, and if you keep coming back here because you like what you see, then subscribe. I'm working on the online league idea still, and once we get through some shows with our business, I hope I will be able to get that up and running. so keep your eye out for that. Until next time, be not afraid. Later.